Lok Sabha, Rahul Gandhi said that he was fighting the Indian state. Was it just a slip, or was he actually revealing the strategy? Rahul Gandhi's latest interview to a foreign publication has created a flutter amongst political circles yet again. In his interview, Rahul said, and I quote, "The Congress party's strategy is to challenge the integrity of India's electoral system by building public pressure," unquote. Now, the BJP calls this comment an attack on India's democracy and a reflection of his party's real agenda. BJP leaders have cited excerpts from Rahul's latest interview, and some have even quipped, will any patriotic Indian say such a thing, that he wants to challenge the integrity of India's electoral system.
He is not LOP leader of opposition, but leader of propaganda. Is there any more proof required that this is not Indian National Congress? It is anti-national Congress.
राहुल गांधी जी क्या देश के जनता और वोटर्स का अपमान कर रहे हैं? 30 साल के बाद नरेंद्र मोदी जी को पूर्ण बहुमत की सरकार बनी। 14 में, 19 में, 19 प्रदेश में हमारी सरकारें हैं। क्या कहना चाहते हैं? सब जीते हैं जलसाजी से। राहुल गांधी जी, देश की लोकतांत्रिक प्रक्रिया का अपमान करना बंद करिए।
Now, there's a pattern emerging, and the BJP alleges that Rahul Gandhi is dangerous for Indian democracy. Let's remind you about some of the remarks that the BJP is citing. In September 2025, he's come out to say that the strategy is to challenge the integrity of the electoral system. That's, of course, the latest comment. He's also said that youth and Gen Z will save the constitution and stop Vote Chori. Now, in August this year, he also said that the fire has started in Bihar. People are shouting, "Vote Chori." This is what Rahul Gandhi had said at that point of time. In January, he has already, and as we've reported, he said, "We are now fighting the BJP, RSS, and the Indian state itself." In February of 2022, he said, "India is a union of states like Europe." He also goes on in February 2020 to say that Indian youth will thrash PM Modi with sticks. Now, as the BJP tears into Rahul, the Congress has hit back and comes up with a spirited defense. They say that it is not Rahul Gandhi who's wrong, but the Election Commission that is losing integrity and questioning the way that it operates. Is that true patriotism, they ask?
राहुल गांधी जी ने सही कहा। आज भी वही तो देशभक्ति निभा रहे राहुल गांधी जी। उन्होंने कहा कि जिसकी इंटीग्रिटी डाउटफुल हो, जो ट्रांसपेरेंट वे में काम नहीं कर रही है, अगर हमने कुछ गलतियों के राहुल गांधी जी ने इंगित किया है तो भारतीय जनता पार्टी सफाई देने आ जाती है, जबकि जवाब उनको देना चाहिए। और सबसे बड़ी बात, मैंने साख की बात की, क्रेडिट की बात कही है, और वो भारतीय चुनाव आयोग लूज करती जा रही है, वो विशेषतक हो रही है, और ये एक बड़ा संकट है देश के समक्ष। ये पूरे कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल बॉडी के बारे आपने जो दुरुपयोग कर रहे हैं, लगातार आपके बारे हम लोग इंगित करें, पूरी जनता लगातार इन बातों कर रही है। और हमने तो यहां तक कहा है कि जो इलेक्शन कमीशन जो है वो एक्सटेंडेड, जिसे कहा जाए, उनका ऑफिस से कार्यालय बना दिया।
You're watching the News Hour at 10, debate number 1 on Times Now, Super Prime Time.
Across to our guest now. Joining us is Sidharth Yadav, BJP's national spokesperson. Dr. Sanjay Kumar is JDU spokesperson. Advocate Nikhil Jain is a political analyst. We also have Faizan Kidwai, SP's national spokesperson. Ravi Shankar Ravi is RJD's national spokesperson. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for joining us. Advocate Nikhil Jain, let me begin by asking you about what Rahul Gandhi has told the Financial Times, which the BJP is objecting to. He says the country simply will not accept a rigged election. We've also, of course, seen Jairam Ramesh say that there will be not just a hydrogen bomb, but a plutonium bomb and many more bombs. The big question is that where is the proof of rigging so far? There are doubts about the voter list, etc. Making such a sweeping claim of a rigged election has to be backed up with strong proof, sir.
Madhav, the proof is with the Election Commission of India. Whatever proof the Congress party as an opposition party could gather, they have put out in public domain, they have circulated to the press, and they have filed an official complaint with the Election Commission of India. And it's not just the Congress party or Rahul Gandhi making these allegations of vote chori. The same allegations were made by BJP Union Minister Aruna Thakur, who very categorically used the word vote chori, and he pointed out evidence supposedly, although I don't think he ever put it out in public domain, but he claimed that there was evidence of vote chori in 5 different Lok Sabha constituencies. Now, Akhilesh Yadav has put out in public domain how his party has filed 18,000 affidavits that pertain to rigged electoral rolls. Arvind Kejriwal, during the Delhi elections in 2025, had put out multiple voters who were alive. He did a press conference with them and showed how the Election Commission was saying they were dead. In the Supreme Court of India, supposedly dead voters by the Election Commission in this special intensive revision process were presented in court as having been alive. And you have numerous ground reports by Dainik Bhaskar, India Today, Indian Express, and a whole bunch of media outlets that are going to the ground.
Nikhil Jain, why is it that no court in this country has bought these arguments? Whether it's Maharashtra, whether it's Karnataka, none of these states where you have cited and given these examples, none of them have actually bought these arguments.
That is incorrect. Let me know. No.
In Maharashtra, one of the parties, what happened in Maharashtra, sir, tell me?
2024, the Punjab and Haryana. I'll tell you what happened in Maharashtra. In Maharashtra, 100 election petitions were filed. The Election Commission was delaying the data that it should have put out as a neutral umpire. Be that as it may, I was talking about Punjab and Haryana.
No, what about the one case that was decided? Did the court accept the pleas of the petitioner there?
To give CCTV.
I believe in one case, even one of the petitioners has apologized.
The point. Will you let me please make the point?
No, please answer the specific question.
No.
I'm asking you a specific question about a judgment. You're saying there were 100 cases filed. That may very well be true. But what about the judgment that came out which completely rejected these claims?
Madhav, I remember your same channel 15 years ago was going hammers and tongs against the then ruling government when there was just one line in a CAG report which proved out to be fallacious. And now you're not willing to question the Election Commission of India when pretty much every...
Sir, please give us proof. There was a CAG report. This is exactly the point I'm making, Nikhil Jain. This is exactly the point. Give the proof that there is... One second, let me make it very clear. No, 1 second, Nikhil Jain. The point being made over here is this. The point is that whether it is the presumptive loss or all those theories, the point is there were official reports. There were investigating agencies involved. At the moment, these are just allegations. And Mr. Rahul Gandhi has refused to even give an affidavit citing this.
No,
in the case of Karnataka, he can very well do so.
Madhav, these are not just allegations. On the 7th of August, Rahul Gandhi did a press conference. On the 8th of August, a formal complaint was submitted with the Election Commission of India. The documents relied upon...
So why does he not file an affidavit then, as the Election Commission asked him to?
Voter rolls placed publicly.
Why does he not file an official case in the court or even approach, in fact, with an affidavit the Election Commission?
An official complaint was given. Official complaint was given to the Election Commission of India. You can look at the Twitter timelines of DK Kumar and Mansoor Ali Khan. You will find photos of them handing over the formal signed official complaint.
Yes, but the problem, Mr. Nikhil Jain, the Election Commission says that Mr. Rahul Gandhi has gone back and forth so many times. Let me bring in Sidharth Yadav. Sidharth Yadav, official complaint has been given to the Election Commission. Why has action not been taken? That's a question coming in from the Congress. Your response?
Madhav, when you ask somebody who alleges to question and alleges the system, the constitutional system of our country and constitutional bodies, and questions the Election Commission, and you ask them for proof, the reply which I heard from my learned friend from Congress party was, the proof is with the Election Commission. You don't have any proof. There is no proof. The proof is with the Election Commission only. What proof? Will you believe that proof? Do you believe in the Election Commission? This is the reality of Congress party and the entire gang. Point number 2, when I hope my friend from Congress party will be able to understand that there is a difference between a report by CAG and a word by Nikhil Jain. There is a big difference. When the government agencies, when government audit agencies put out reports of corruption by the government themselves, if that are being questioned, that's absolutely different from what Rahul Gandhi does with his baseless allegations and propaganda that he only does to, divert the attention from the losses that he brings to his own party. The Election Commission asks you that the only provision while you can make an official complaint, if you are not a voter in that constituency and you wish to raise a question, is under 23B, where you give an affidavit that whatever you are giving, whatever you are alleging to be true is to the best of your knowledge is the true fact. But whatever Rahul Gandhi will give to the Election Commission, that is all fabricated. Whatever Rahul Gandhi is showing on press conferences, it is all fabricated. Can be imagine that we have a leader of opposition in this country who does a press conference, takes 3 names and tells that those names are not in the voter rolls, and imagine they are in the voter rolls. That's the reality of Rahul Gandhi. He would come, throw some names, throw some sheets, he would come, throw some provisions that we don't know about, and then he would go away with all the water boundary that he can. This is dangerous. This is not safe for our Indian democracy. This is one side of the political spectrum in our country which has gone rogue, which has decided that I would not take the blame. I would not take the blame for the losses of my party. The people are not accepting me. I will not accept my defeat. That's what he's doing.
Yeah, let me bring in Faizan. Faizan, it is nobody's case that there is no problem, for instance, with the voter list. It is a fact that an intensive revision happened over 2 decades ago. But during that same period, the Congress party too has won elections. At the center, they've ruled for 10 years. They have won several state government elections since then. The point being made over here is that it is a delicate exercise, and perhaps the only solution then is a special intensive review, which is what the Election Commission is doing in the first place, and that too is objected to by Rahul Gandhi. So you can't have it both ways. Faizan Kidwai.
Good evening, Madhav. Good evening to you and to the fellow panelists. See, I heard that you said that BJP people are saying that Rahul Gandhi is dangerous for democracy. So if Rahul Gandhi is dangerous for democracy for focusing on pressing issues which an opposition party or any legitimate political party should be focusing on because it directly affects the lives of the citizens. But or is he a danger for democracy, or somebody like a Bharatiya Janata Party which focuses on divisive Hindu-Muslim issues, Shamshan, Kabristan, Bhais khol le jayenge, kapron se pehchano, what the Prime Minister said. See, as far as Election Commission is concerned, Madhav, Election Commission has lost its credibility because of the way it is functioning under Bharatiya Janata Party. The Honorable Supreme Court had reprimanded Election Commission because despite the Honorable Courts asking Election Commission to include Aadhaar as one of the documents, they weren't doing that. So the Honorable Supreme Court told the Election Commission that either mend your ways, and if there are any irregularities, we'll end this SIR not only in Bihar, but pan-India. At the same time, the recent findings of Karnataka CID, it exposes the Election Commission even more. Madhav, just listen to this. The Election Commission asked for IP addresses. What the Election Commission, CID asked for IP addresses. What the Election Commission is doing, it is cunningly providing only dynamic IPs. So because of which geo-tracking of the devices is not possible. Destination IPs and destination ports have not been provided. The CID further asked the Election Commission, kindly update us about the authentication process and security protocols for apps like NBSP and BHA. The Election Commission has not given the information so far. Okay. And the CID, may I just conclude? The CID has finally asked the Election Commission that either you comply or we will take the legal route. This explains why the Election Commission has lost its credibility. If there's nothing to hide,
no, they can take the legal route, sir. The CID is under the Congress government there in Karnataka. But since you asked the question, I want Sidharth to respond to that. Sidharth, that in Supreme Court there were several strictures that were passed, and it is a fact that yes, Aadhaar was also included, although it is an identity document, not a citizenship document. But yes, the fact that there was a notification that had to come out following the Supreme Court order, and plus what has happened in Karnataka being cited here by Faizan, which he says raises questions on the credibility of the Election Commission of India. Your response to that, Sidharth Yadav.
Madhav, the credibility of the Election Commission cannot be decided by the Congress party or the Samajwadi party. It is for our courts to decide whether our Election Commission is credible or not. Fortunately, unfortunately for them, whenever such a matter has reached any court of our country, the decision has been something which Rahul Gandhi and his party doesn't like. I remember the Supreme Court's, the Apex Court's decision in one of the matters where they said that you cannot be crying foul when you lose, and you cannot be celebrating.
One by one.
That's what the Apex Court said.
1 second, Faizan, you asked a question. No, this is not correct. One by one.
Mr. Faizan, I was not speaking while you were speaking. Have the courtesy to hear me out. When the Apex Court says that you cannot be crying when you lose, and you cannot be celebrating when you win. This is not how a democracy works. This is something Rahul Gandhi should go and hear. When in Maharashtra, they cry all foul, but when they go to the High Court decides otherwise. This is something Rahul Gandhi should consider. Now, when it comes down to, the specific case of Karnataka or the specific case where CID has been questioning, it was the Election Commission themselves who registered the complaint. It was the Election Commission who went forth and made that complaint, upon which the case is registered. The total number of votes which Rahul Gandhi claimed that, so-and-so were deleted were not deleted. That's the entire process because the Election Commission intervened. And when it comes down to the Aadhaar, the comment on Aadhaar by the Supreme Court, let me remind you, Madhav, and all your viewers, the Supreme Court said the validity of Aadhaar will be checked by the Election Commission itself. That's what the order says. The Honorable Apex Court said that you must include Aadhaar, but the Aadhaar is valid, Aadhaar is right or wrong, the Aadhaar is true or false, will be decided by Election Commission. So in terms of Apex Court, Election Commission is credible. Who is Congress Party and who is Samajwadi Party?
Let me come back to a fundamental question. Let me come back to a very fundamental question. Faizan Kidwai, as a ruling party, as a alliance partner, I beg your pardon, of the Congress Party, I'm just going to read out what Rahul Gandhi has specifically said. I'm just reading out from this Financial Times report which the BJP is citing. Do you agree with this language? Gandhi said his party's strategy is to challenge the integrity of India's electoral system by building public pressure. Is this acceptable to you?
Madhav, I haven't read this interview of Rahul Gandhi ji, so I'm not...
Sir, this is the whole subject matter of the debate, Faizan Kidwai. Please. This has been in the public domain for 24 hours. Please don't come out and say you've not read this. Look at, just read it. That's the article. It's on air. I'm reading the exact sentence. It's not rocket science.
See, Rahul Gandhi
Party strategy is to challenge the integrity of India's electoral system by building public pressure. Do you agree with that premise?
Yes, you have to see, you as an opposition party member, as a party within a democracy like India, it's the public support you seek. It's the public support. If there's something which is going wrong, you have to seek the public support, build a consensus, and question
in a democratic process, of course, it's public pressure. The question, the problematic part is challenging the integrity of India's electoral system. What are you going to achieve? Are you trying to have an anarchic society now?
No, sir. BJP has ruined the integrity of each and every institution which functioned under within this democracy the way it was functioning earlier. Either it be CBI, ED, they're using it to settle scores, to silence dissent. They are using Election Commission to win elections. Election Commission has become a compromised body. Election Commission is not considered the Election Commission of India by the people of India. Nowadays, they consider it as a propaganda machinery.
Faizan Kidwai, may I just ask you very humbly, how many times have opposition parties on the issue of EVMs, VVPATs, voter lists gone to the Supreme Court? And how many times has the court ruled against the Election Commission? How many times have they found them guilty? Please tell me.
Sir, when this hackathon happened, when the Election Commission invited the opposition party members for the hackathon, there were a lot of things that the people who said while hacking you need to give access to us. That is the physical hardware.
So that's the whole point. When there is no access given in any case to those machines, where is the question of the hackathon? That's the whole point. That it was a complete failure. Let me bring in the JDU. Dr. Sanjay Kumar, do you agree with this line of argument? That hackathon happened, the election, the EVM was not handed over to us and therefore it's a failure. The Election Commission's credibility is in question. These are repeated claims coming in. Fine, SIR is a completely different exercise and the courts are yet to rule on that. But we'll have to see what the courts finally say. But at the moment, do you believe, Sanjay Kumar, that these kind of statements are actually going to do a service to democracy? Challenging the integrity of the electoral system?
Not at all, not at all. If they have lost faith in the Election Commission, then, there is Supreme Court. Do they not believe even on the Supreme Court? And what they are trying to make out of this? So let's go to Bihar, because, there is election coming up and Rahul Gandhi has been constantly talking about vote chori. And I think, there's a lot of desperation in the Congress, within the Congress, and that is why they are holding this CWC, after independence is the first CWC. And the allegations that they have, put on Election Commission, they have not yet come out with concrete evidence even in Bihar. And very soon, the final roll is going to come out. And it will be, it will be out in the public. And to tell you the truth from the ground, that their BLAs have been working, the BLOs from the government side have been working, and they have not, so all of them, those who were like left out, they have now submitted their documents, and the final roll will be out. And the Congress has not been able to, the Congress or the RJD, they have not been able to put submissions, about the wrongdoings.
Okay.
And on the other hand, it shows their double standards, that there is an election going to come in Bihar, but they are talking about Karnataka, and they are thinking that the vote chori issue is huge in Bihar. But on the other hand, it's not at all an issue, because the Election Commission is doing their work, and Supreme Court is supporting and taking care of the progress.
Courts have put in certain conditions. Let me bring in Ravi Shankar Ravi though on this point. Ravi Shankar Ravi, Karnataka, Maharashtra, there are several states that have been cited. We're told that there's something coming on Haryana as well. But the question being raised now, even is on the vice presidential poll, which is a secret ballot. Less than 800 members of parliament vote, usme bhi vote chori ka allegation. There are university elections, usme bhi vote chori ka allegation. Where is this going to end, Ravi Shankar Ravi?
See, I think we have to also see and observe the incidences which have been taking place for the last few months, actually few years. Who has put Election Commission of India in the dock? I think Election Commission of India itself has done so. It has put its credibility in stake. The way the SIR exercise is still being conducted in Bihar. Two incidences also I would like to remind you. One, the Chandigarh mayor election. What action has been taken? Recently, we came to know that a panchayat election in Haryana, the result was reverted by the court. So it is the Election Commission which is I mean, I do not want to use any harsh word as some of us and some of the media channels are also using. Dangerous. It itself is, I would rather use the word detrimental. It is detrimental to itself. And see.
So you believe Rahul Gandhi saying challenging the integrity of India's electoral system is too harsh? It's not correct terminology.
No.
You don't agree with that?
If we challenge any institution in a democracy, the institution will be strengthened. It should learn why the challenges are coming up. Why an institution which should play an unbiased, neutral referee, but what appeared? It appeared as the political party BJP and ECI.
So, but why are the courts not buying this argument, Mr. Ravi Shankar Ravi? This is what I'm not able to understand. If there's such a blatant misuse of the constitutional bodies of the electoral system, why are the courts not passing any order? Whether at the High Court level or the Supreme Court level, are we not going to come out and argue that all the courts are compromised in this country?
No. See, it's not that simple that only when the court will pass some judgment against. See, courts also consider.
Sir, how many petitions have been filed in relation to Election Commission in recent years? Several of them. You tell me which are the cases in which the courts have found there's a major lapse on part of either the Election Commission or any other body?
No, see, every time its strategy is changing.
Whose strategy is changing? Opposition or Election Commission?
There are instances
whose strategy is changing?
Where the number of voters are increased. There are instances where the number of voters are decreased. In SIR, dead people are alive people are dead. And in documents, Supreme Court has to pass a judgment that include widely held document, which is Aadhaar.
So, but then what are the parties, booth level agents doing? There are tens of thousands of booth level agents at both the Bihar and across the country. What are those booth level agents doing?
The first exercise and the first step the Election Commission should have taken is that it should have consulted all the stakeholders, all the political parties.
Sir, they are all in consultation. I don't get that argument. Sidharth Yadav, Election Commission should have participated and consulted all the stakeholders. Are political parties not part of the process? Sidharth Yadav.
Oh, what stakeholder consultation are they talking about? I don't understand. What they want from the Election Commission, I don't understand. The Election Commission invited them. The Election Commission invited all the political parties. They wanted to do their drama. They did not want to go and participate. Election Commission will invite you, ask you on what your claims are on EVM machines. You would not want to go. Election Commission will invite you, ask you, do you have a problem with voter addition or deletion? You don't want to comment. You have a problem with SIR and you want solutions to all such problems. The solution to which is SIR. This is the confused model of Rahul Gandhi. My learned friend from RJD was going to reveal the strategy, changing strategy of the Congress party in the opposition when he molded his words to the changing strategy of I don't know whom. The changing strategy is that today you say something, then you run away. Tomorrow you come up with something else, then you run away. Where are the allegations on EVM? We heard so many months, so many years, everything was around the EVM. Nothing today. Where are the allegations on VVPAT? Where are the allegations on other things? Nothing doing. One election, when you have to prepare for an imminent loss, when you have to prepare, when you get a feedback that you're not going to win, you have to come up with a strategy. That strategy has to be somewhat about of why the elections were lost. Okay. That's about it. Nothing else in the books of Rahul Gandhi.
A few years ago, Nikhil Jain, Rahul Gandhi made a similar comment. And this interview to this foreign publication actually is reminiscent of that, where he says that US and Europe have failed to notice that a large chunk of the democratic model has come undone here in India. Why should other countries be involved at all? And once again, by making such a statement to a foreign publication, why is he inviting that attention to India? We have a democratic model which the world tries to emulate. Why is that forgotten?
Madhav, can I respond, please?
Yes, that question is to you.
Thank you so much. So, Madhav, so far as that Financial Times interview is concerned, it's not out for since 24 hours, it's out for since 72 hours. It's a 3-day-old article that you're talking about. Secondly, if you actually open the article, you'd realize that this particular statement that...
No, but has he made that statement or not?
The integrity of India's electoral system is...
You've actually buttressed my point, because the point I was making to Faizan is that it's been out for some time. Nevertheless, please carry on.
Madhav, yes, thank you so much. That is a statement in the article, that is not a verbatim quote, and I am sure this is not the verbatim statement of Rahul Gandhi, because that paragraph, if you look at it, in that article, it is a 20-word single-line paragraph. This is not a quote, it makes no sense, but so far as the Election Commission is concerned, they are the ones challenging the integrity of
one
India's
second, just a second. Nikhil Jain, just 1 second, hold your horses. You're denying the authenticity of this Financial Times report. You can either put out a statement clarifying that that's not the position. 1 second, Nikhil, 1 second. Mr. Rahul Gandhi or the Congress party can very well issue a clarification. They can even file a defamation case against the Financial Times if they want to, if this is inaccurate. But we haven't seen any of that happen through the course of the day today. No one's denied it. You're the first person who's actually saying that.
Madhav, it took you guys with all your resources and all your media resources, and so many media channels are out there only to look for things that they can target Rahul Gandhi with. Even they have taken 60 hours to find this out. The Congress party is fighting elections on the ground with the
Nikhil Jain, this is a subject of a legitimate political debate. No, don't try and shoot the messenger. That's the worst line of argument you can have, is all I have to say. Let's leave it there. Sidharth Yadav, Dr. Sanjay Kumar, Advocate Nikhil Jain, Faizan Kedwai and Ravi Shankar Ravi, thanks so much for joining us on the debate this evening. Viewers, of the last 15 days, activist Sonam Wangchuk